What is up, you beautiful happy hustlers out there? Cary Jack here, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Just enjoying this very moment right here and right now, baby. And in this episode of the Happy Hustle podcast, we are talking about the 5 stages of happy hustling in each alignment. And if you know the happy hustle in any capacity, you know that there's 10 different alignments. If you don't know those 10 alignments, and this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. Second of all, we will go over those 10 alignments and how you can happy hustle in each using these 5 stages. This is a formula that you can utilize to basically create more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment, more income in each area of your life. So buckle up. It's going to be power packed. We're going to give you actionable like takeaways so you can go out there in the real world and just get her done. And I know you're going to get some value. And when you do, please shout your boy out, share this episode with a friend. That's how we continue to spread this message with the world. And that's the goal, baby. Just raise the conscious collective, frequency in this world and make sure that, we're giving back to others because as Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is giving. So when you get some value, you share with a friend. That's how we continue to just share value and just raise the collective vibration. So without further ado, y'all, let's dive in to this episode after a quick message from this episode's sponsor. Cacao Bliss, baby. This stuff is one of my favorite drink powders. I'll tell you, I personally love it. And they are also the sponsor for today's episode. And if you don't know what Cacao Bliss is, and you're not watching the video, let me tell you, this is a superfood elixir blend. It is a ceremonial grade cacao blended with turmeric, MCT, lucuma, and 4 other superfoods. And you basically just mix it up. You can put it in nut milk. I put it in my morning coffee. You can put it in water, whatever you want to put it in, really. But it blends super easy. And what's great about this stuff is it's all organic and it's actually delicious tasting. So not only is it nutritious, but it's also delicious. And it's really good for overall digestive health and to increase energy production and to boost your immune system. So you guys can check it out at earthechofoods.com/happy hustle. And that'll save you about, I believe, 15%. And you guys can get the hookup there at earthechofoods.com/happy hustle. The founder, Danette May, is a super good friend of mine. And I know she makes just all these products with love. And this one's no different. So check it out. Cacao Bliss. All right, y'all, back to this episode. All right, guys, we're back with this episode of the Happy Hustle podcast, all on the 5 stages to happy hustling in each of the 10 alignments. And I'm going to run through each of these 5 stages, and I'm going to give an example of how you can take this information and you can actually implement it in your life. So you can then become a 5 in each of the 10 alignments. So let me first break down what those 10 alignments are. If you're new here, this is the Happy Hustle's proprietary framework. Okay. This is your 10 areas of life. We call them 10 alignments. It makes up the acronym SOUL mapping. Stay with me. Okay. But as I go through these, I want you to think about 1 to 5, where you rank in each of these areas. Okay. 5 is an A. It means you're crushing it. 1 is an F. It means you're failing. It means you need to prioritize change accordingly. I'm not much for school personally. Wasn't the best student, but I do know the grading scale, and you can think of it like that. 5 is an A, means you're happy hustling. 1 is an F. Okay. Now, each of these 10 areas, I want you to think about when I go through this, where you rank, and this is going to make sense in each of these 5 stages. But basically, if you're a 1 in a particular area, I want you to really focus on becoming a 5 in that area. And I'm going to walk you through the 5 stages on how to increase your score in each of these 10 alignments. But basically, first and foremost, I want you to know what those 10 alignments are. So if you got a notepad or you got a notebook or you got your phone and you're not driving or doing something that requires, extreme, focus, this would be something really important for you to take a note on. Actually, write down where you rank in each of these 10 different areas. Okay. This is very much, the cornerstone of actually happy hustling. So you have to know where you rank in each of these 10 alignments. And if this sounds a little repetitive, it's okay. Stick with me. We're going to get to the actual 5 stages. And if it's new to you, great. Just take it serious and actually give yourself an honest score. So the S in soul mapping, the first alignment that we're going to cover, selfless service. Rank 1 to 5 where you're at in this one. Do you help causes and people who need it? Do you volunteer and donate to others less fortunate, or have you been living more for yourself and making, no time to give to others? 1 to 5. 5's an A, 1's an F. Okay. Then the second alignment, optimize health. Do you have the body and mind you desire? Yes or no? Do you exercise and eat healthy daily? Or maybe you're not where you want to be. 1 to 5. Rank where you're at. And guys, if you've ranked where you're at in the past, let me just do a little caveat here. That's fine. Rank where you were at last week. Okay. I do this every Sunday. I take my own quiz. I take my own medicine. And you need to start looking at happy hustling as a constant evolution and a constant journey. There's no necessarily end destination that is finite. It's just a constant ebb and flow of, okay, I was in balance this week. I was a 5 in all areas, or maybe a 4 in all areas. Great. Maybe if you were lacking in a couple, the next week you prioritize change. So optimize health. Where were you last week? Did you work out every day? Great. Did you eat healthy every day? Great. Well, then you're probably a 4 or 5. Rank where you're at. Unplug digitally. This is the third alignment. Do you regularly do digital detoxes? Are you putting your phone on airplane mode, closing down the laptop, turning off the TV, and tapping into your own thoughts? Or maybe not so much. Maybe you're constantly connected. You're constantly plugged in and you're not giving yourself any, device-free time. Where you're at in unplug digitally. This is alignment, numero tres, and rank where you're at. Number 4, loving relationships. L, now we're on soul part, and this is the L in the acronym, loving relationships. Is there plentiful pleasure with your significant other? Or maybe there's pain and angst, where you're at with your loving relationships, both with your personal, significant other and with your family and your friends. Okay. You got to measure where you're at with loving relationships. Okay. So right now you should have 4 scores. You should have 1 for selfless service, 1 for optimized health, 1 for unplugged digitally, and 1 for loving relationships. And if you're driving, just think about where you're at in these. Okay. Now we're getting to the mapping part, and then we're going to get to the 5 stages of actually how you can turn a 1 into a 5. All right. Now, mindful spirituality, M, is the first part of mapping. And you just have to ask yourself, are you connected to a higher power? I mean, do you meditate? Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Or maybe you're feeling disconnected or a lack of meaning. Rank where you're at, 1 to 5. All right. A, abundance financially. Okay. Do you spend and save and invest wisely? Or are you just living paycheck to paycheck, living in fear of your finances? You got to, have moolah if you want to be a happy hustler. But it's not all about the money, but it is important. So rank where you're at right now, 1 to 5, in abundance financially. The P, first P in mapping, we got personal development. Okay. How often are you focusing on personal development? Are you regularly reading and listening and watching educational and inspirational content? Or maybe not so much. Maybe you're binging Netflix more than you know you should, right? Where you at? 1 to 5. Second P, passionate hobbies. Do you regularly get out there and do activities you enjoy? Or do you skip doing things for yourself because you feel like you're too busy, quote unquote, huh? I love getting outside, fly fishing and horseback riding and doing my martial arts and playing soccer and hanging with my lover, right? But how often are you doing it? I focus on doing my passionate hobbies and treating them with the same importance as any other business opportunity or any other thing on my calendar. Rank where you're at 1 to 5 in these 10 alignments. And now we're on passionate hobbies. So rank where you're at in this one. I, impactful work. Where are you at in this one, guys? I mean, are you doing something that fills you with joy and fulfillment? Do you feel you are working in alignment with your higher calling? Or maybe you feel stuck or unsatisfied with what you do for a living and are craving change. Measure where you rank, okay, in this one. And then bringing it home stretch with nature connection. This is N, right? So we got the soul part and then the mapping part. Now we're on the N in mapping, and mapping doesn't have a G on it. So that would be the end. N, nature connection. Do you regularly get outside and tap in to your primal true self, to Pachamama? Or do you spend most of your time indoors, soaking up man-made blue light and breathing in recycled air? Okay. Where you at? Measure in this area, 1 to 5. All right. Now you should have 10 different scores. Okay. If you want to take it a step further, you can add up your 10 scores. If you're 37 or above, that means you're happy hustling, baby. That means you're 4 or 5 in each of those 10 alignments. If you are a 36 or below, that means you are not happy hustling and we need to change some things. Okay. So now that you have your score, all right, you should be able to think about where you're lacking right now, which alignment is lacking for you. Okay. When I go through the 5 stages of happy hustling, I want you to think about these stages for where you're at. Okay. We can talk about this stuff. You can listen to podcasts all your life, but if you're not actually putting this stuff into action, nothing's going to change. So take action. Think about where you're at in these 10 areas of your life, the 10 alignments, and wherever you're lacking the most right now, this is the 5 stages to improve that particular alignment that you're lacking in. Okay. So we're going to run through these. Now, the first stage to happy hustling is do an honest audit of your reality and feel gratitude for where you are at. So you have to do an honest audit. You have to first really take stock in where you're at, right? Maybe you're a 1 in selfless service. You're not volunteering at all. Okay. Maybe you've been living more for yourself lately. Okay. That's okay. Feel gratitude for where you are and feel gratitude for where you want to go. All right. Now, number 2 stage for happy hustling and increasing your score in this alignment. Define your vision and foster that happy hustler mindset for success. Okay. So if you want to be a 5 in selfless service, well, what does that look like? Okay. What does that look like for you? Does that mean you're volunteering 15 minutes every single day? Maybe that's just you're getting on a phone call and you're helping someone, with a little mentorship. Or maybe you're, volunteering 2 hours on a Saturday, right? Or maybe you're donating 10% of your income every week. What does your vision look like? You got to get clear on where you want to go. Okay. We know you want to be a 5, but what does a 5 equate to for you in this very alignment? Okay. Now, the third stage is reverse engineer the process and create a winning game plan. Okay. Reverse engineer the process and create a winning game plan. So if again, sticking with the selfless service, if you want to donate 10% of your income every week and you want to give at least 2 hours of your physical time, well, reverse engineer the process. 2 hours. Okay. Maybe you can spend that all at once, or maybe you break it down. Maybe you do, 30 minutes, on just Mondays through Thursday. Okay. That's 2 hours, Monday through Thursday. Great. You just have that budget into your calendar. And then if you want to do 10%, well, reverse engineer how much more you need to make in order to feel comfortable about giving away 10% of your income. All right. You have to create that winning game plan, but you have to reverse engineer the process to get there, get to your goal. So that's the third stage. Number 4 stage, take massive action and execute. I know, crazy. You got to actually do something. Take massive action and execute. And then manage your time and priorities accordingly. If this is a priority in your life and you want to get from a 1 in selfless service to a 5 in selfless service, what are you going to do? How are you going to prioritize it? When it comes down to it, you got your 30-minute block to volunteer. You must prioritize it. Don't let Netflix or don't let some other phone call that comes in distract you. This is your goal. Go after it, right? You have to really prioritize your time and your priorities, okay, according to where you want to go. And then the 5th stage to happy hustling is persistent consistency, baby. This one is huge. Persistent consistency. That means doing the work consistently over time and persisting past the inevitable adversity, but enjoying the journey in the process. You know, we're all about happy hustling, that life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. You got to do it consistently, though. All right. You have to make sure that you are getting it done day in and day out. All right. If you want to increase your score in each of these different alignments, it has to be a consistent thing. In order to break a habit, you have to consistently replace it with a better habit. So that is the 5 stages. Those are the 5 stages. If I want to speak proper English, those are the proper 5 stages to happy hustling in each of those alignments. And that's how you can increase your score. Okay. So wherever you were lacking, maybe it wasn't self-service for you. Maybe it was health. Maybe you know you're lacking in your health. Okay. Do an honest audit, define your vision for where you want to go, reverse engineer the process, take massive action, and then do it consistently. It's not that difficult. I know this isn't rocket science, but nothing actually works unless you do. So you have to take these 5 stages to heart, and you actually have to implement them in your life. All right. And love yourself throughout the process. Okay. Give yourself some love throughout the process. Even if you're not where you want to be right now, still find love for yourself, that you're even, getting after it and listening to this podcast right now and trying to get better. I hate that word trying, but you're attempting to grow. And that's the beautiful thing. And you could find gratitude for where you're at right now. And then just in the sheer fact that you are looking for more, you're seeking better for yourself. So give yourself a damn pat on the back. I find to myself specifically, and a lot of entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, we're hard on ourselves, right? We're hard on ourselves. We're our toughest critic. But when you're in these, these, let's call them valleys, and we're looking to get to the peak, sometimes we get down, we get depressed or stressed. Maybe we feel a little anxiety, right? It's important to give yourself that love, that gratitude, and just one foot in front of the other. As you climb that peak, to get away from that valley, one foot in front of the other. Every single step consistently over time leads you up that peak to get to a 5 in each of these 10 alignments. That's how you are making sure that you're blissfully balanced in each area, both personally and professionally, right? That's what it's all after. That's what we're all after. Balance, blissful balance. Okay. And how you get that is you raise your score in each of these different alignments. You got the 5 stages now in order to raise your score. So here you go. You got no excuses. I'm going to run through them one last time. Feel free to write them down. First stage, you're just doing an honest audit, okay, of your reality. Wherever you're at, if you know you're a 1 or a 2 in one of those 10 alignments that I just, listed, the soul mapping framework, okay, feel gratitude for where you're at and just honestly do that audit and know where you're at with your alignment. The second stage, define your vision. Know where you want to go. Okay, what does a 5 look like in that alignment? All right. Then you got to just really get that happy hustler mindset for success, knowing it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. but you'll get there. Okay. The third stage, reverse engineer the process. Okay. And create a winning game plan. You got to really break it down into steps, bite-sized, tangible, tactical steps in order to get to where you want to go. Fourth stage, take massive action and execute. And then just manage your time and priorities accordingly. If this is an actual priority and you want to increase your score in this alignment, make it a priority. The fifth stage, persisting consistency. Make sure you do the work consistently, not just one time and then, oh, it didn't work, I'm quitting. You got to do the work consistently and then enjoy the journey, baby, as you happy hustle that life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. All right, y'all. I hope you got some value from this one. I sure enjoyed it. But seriously, get out there, raise your score in each of these 10 alignments by using the 5 stages of happy hustling. All right. And then share this with a friend, someone who can also benefit, also needs to raise their score up. All right. That's what it's all about, helping other people, not just ourselves. All right. So if you got some value, I'd love to hear about it. Shout me out on your IG story where you're listening to this and just let me know what you think, or, maybe which one alignment is kind of a holdup for you. And if you do send me a DM, I'm going to respond, and I'm also going to give you something special. So if you are feeling called to reach out and share your experience or where you may be lacking, I'm going to do something special for you. I have something planned that is actually going to help you happy hustle your dream reality. So reach out. I'd love to hear from you, which alignment you're lacking in and which one, you need these 5 stages of happy hustling and maybe a little help. And my team and I are going to respond, and we're going to share something special with you. So please take action, y'all. Get out there and happy hustle your dream reality. One full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. All right, y'all. I'm Cary Jack, and I'm out. Peace and love. And one more thing, guys, I just want to give a massive shout out to our other episode sponsor, and that is Therasage, who is making my favorite portable and affordable infrared sauna. And they actually have a special health essentials bundle deal going on that you can get the hookup if you go to caryjack.com/Therasage. You can get the hookup on 4 different products. You can get the actual sauna that I love and that I talk about all the time right here. It's in my office. You get that plus the Thera O3 ozone module, plus the water pitcher, which purifies all that water and all those toxins, plus these holograms that protect against EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. You stick them on your device. So you guys really take action on this bundle. If you're serious about really optimizing your health and raising your score in that particular alignment, this would be a great investment in yourself. So you can go to caryjack.com/Therasage, put your email in, and then you get access to the page where you can go ahead and check out the bundle, what's all included, and then take action on it. All right, y'all. Thanks again for watching and listening. We're out.